Imagine if I told you that one product introduced in 2007 totally changed our means of communication, employment, and interaction with the surroundings. Imagine if that product transformed not just one firm, but everything. Apple unveiled the iPhone in 2007, a revolution rather than merely a new phone. This is a narrative worth telling, since when you look at it, the iPhone transformed society rather than only cell phones. It was the moment the future began. Let's return to that turning point almost 20 years ago and observe how Apple's ambitious risk became among the most successful and revolutionary ideas in recent history. Early in the 2000s, mobile phones were limited yet functionally good. Your basic cell phones, flip phones, and even the venerable Blackberry worked just as expected. Sure, you could call, text, maybe check email, but the concept of a phone that could access the web, see videos, play music, and even run apps was beyond conception. The idea felt futuristic, almost as though it came from a science fiction film. Now let us introduce Apple. The tech industry was humming by the time Steve Jobs walked on stage in January 2007. Apple was already well known for its Macintosh computers and the iPod, a portable music player that had begun to influence music listening. Still, what Jobs was about to reveal was not just a next-generation iPod, it was not simply a phone either. In a sense, no one could have predicted. It was revolutionary. Jobs unveiled the iPhone with the accuracy of a skilled showman. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator, he remarked as the throng went crazy. The catch is, though, those were not three distinct gadgets. All of them fit one another. For the first time ever, a phone served as a mobile computer rather than only a calling device. One elegant design covers a personal assistant, a music player, a web browser, all bundled together. Still, the design of the iPhone was what really distinguished it, far beyond its use. The large, button-filled phones of the past were gone. Their replacement was a simple, understated design featuring a big, touch-sensitive screen. It was not like anything else that had preceded. It was an experience rather than only fresh technology. You sensed something odd the instant you touched the screen. Apple had combined design, software, and hardware in a way none else had even thought about. The iPhone was an interface to the future, not only a tool. The iPhone was a cultural phenomenon rather than merely a hit when it first launched. Sure, some critics arched their eyebrows. Many questioned if the hefty price tag was worth it or whether a touchscreen would truly replace actual buttons. But as people started using it, those questions vanished fast. They delighted in how quick it was, how easy it made life, and how intuitive it felt. People were first thrilled to carry a phone around. It was about the sensation of having everything at your fingers, not only about keeping in touch. The way it altered the app ecosystem, though, was maybe the biggest impact. Mobile phones had a simple operating system and few choices for software before the iPhone. But designers of the iPhone considered developers first. Launched just a year later in 2008, Apple's App Store spawned a whole new market in mobile apps. Anybody with an idea could suddenly design an app. Consider it. Uber, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp started out on the iPhone as apps. This launched a completely new economy, not only a new good. Nokia, Motorola, and Blackberry producers controlled the mobile phone industry prior to the iPhone. Though none of them could envision what Apple was about to do, they all held the corner on the mobile market. They offered more buttons, improved keyboards, better screens, but they hadn't figured out how to make a phone something we wanted to use every day for more than just calling. They were focused on little adjustments. The iPhone was the first port of call towards a new age in consumer electronics. Not only a phone, rivals were flitting to catch up. Developed in response to the success of the iPhone, Android is the OS currently running most of smartphones. Actually, Apple had single-handedly developed a smartphone ecosystem within a few years that would make and destroy businesses for the next 10 years. It's difficult to understate the extent to which the iPhone transformed our daily lives. It made humans smarter as much as it made phones smarter. It allowed us to be always linked to everything, to contact anyone, and to acquire knowledge at any moment. It made the internet portable, accessible, and, for the first time, useful in a manner the world could never reverse from. We were not only utilizing phones for calls and messages suddenly, We used them for banking, shopping, navigation, social media, entertainment, and navigation. We were engaging in activities usually reserved for science fiction that were part of our reality. The iPhone offered us a fresh perspective on the world as much as it did technology. Fast forward to now, and the most identifiable technology item on Earth is still the iPhone. Of course, it has changed with larger screens, improved cameras, more potent CPUs, and innumerable other developments. Its basic ideas have not altered, though. It is about simplicity, accessibility, and providing consumers with a seamless, intuitive portal to the digital world. The iPhone transformed the globe rather than only the smartphone industry. It produced fresh ecosystems, a new economy, and fresh means of communication, employment, and living for humans. The world had no idea the iPhone would go on to transform everything when Steve Jobs stepped on stage in 2007. It started a revolution we are still living through now, not only bringing in the era of smartphones. Every time you grab your phone, you are clutching a piece of history, a tool that permanently altered the path of technology and our lives. That stated, appreciate you watching. Until next time.